Picture this. You've just opened your eyes, still tucked into the warmth of your bed, when suddenly the room tilts. Your vision blurs. Your balance feels uncertain, like the ground beneath you is shifting. It's unsettling. And for people over 60, it's more common than you might think. Why? Because in those first quiet moments after waking, your blood pressure can surge while your circulation is still sluggish from a night of lying still. That combination can put real stress on your heart and brain. Now, here's the surprising part. Research shows that a simple action, just 5 seconds long, can start protecting your brain and heart before you even set foot on the floor. No pills, no special equipment, no complicated routines, just a gentle shift in how you begin your morning. And yes, science backs it up. In fact, a study called the Thirst Investigation found that even mild dehydration upon waking can quietly raise the risk of stroke in older adults. The good news? You can counteract it in seconds. This isn't about overhauling your lifestyle or adding another overwhelming to-do list. It's about small, consistent choices that add up to powerful results. Choices that give you more balance, more clarity, and more safety in the hours when your body is at its most vulnerable. So, what if you could start tomorrow knowing that your first move of the day was already helping you stay sharp, steady, and strong? Instead of rushing into the kitchen for coffee, letting your heart race and your blood pressure climb, you could take one calm, intentional step toward a safer, healthier morning. I'm going to show you exactly how, and you may be surprised by how easy it is. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, you'll learn 8 simple habits, each backed by solid science, that can cut your stroke risk dramatically. And the best part? You can feel the difference in just a few days. Here's something most people over 60 have never been told. The most dangerous window for your brain isn't late at night. It's not even during a stressful afternoon. It's those first 30 minutes after you wake up. That's when blood pressure can spike, circulation is still catching up, and your body is shifting from rest to action. Why does this matter so much? Because during that short window, a simple mistake, like jumping straight out of bed or skipping hydration, can quietly increase your risk for a life-changing stroke. But the flip side is just as powerful. Small, targeted habits in that same window can do the opposite. They can protect your brain, keep your balance steady, and set the tone for the entire day. Instead of waking up and letting your body run on autopilot, you can take control in the very moments that matter most. Instead of rushing headlong into the day, you can start with purpose. And the beauty is, it doesn't require extreme effort. You won't need to join a gym or buy special gear. You just need to know the right actions and do them consistently. In a moment, we're going to walk through 8 of these habits. Each one takes less than a minute, and each one is backed by science. You'll see how simple they are to fit into your morning, and you'll understand why so many people start to feel sharper and more balanced within days. So, are you ready to see the first step? It might be sitting on your nightstand right now. Before you even set your feet on the floor, here's your first move. Reach for a glass of warm water, about 8 ounces. Not coffee, not tea, just plain warm water. It might sound too simple to matter, but in reality, it's one of the most effective ways to protect your brain and heart in those first vulnerable minutes. Why? Because while you're sleeping, your body is quietly losing water through breathing and a little overnight sweating. You wake up mildly dehydrated even if you don't feel thirsty. That mild dehydration thickens your blood slightly, and thick blood moves more slowly. In someone over 60, that slowdown can increase the chance of a clot forming. Exactly what you don't want when your blood pressure is already climbing. Instead of letting your circulation struggle to get going, you can give it a boost. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Neuroscience found that even mild dehydration in the morning can reduce cerebral blood flow, which is critical for brain health. Rehydrating right away helps reverse that effect. Another observational study reported that people who regularly drank enough fluids had a lower risk of cardiovascular events over time. Warm water does even more. It gently raises your core temperature, signals your blood vessels to relax, and gets your digestive system ready for the day without the shock that coffee can bring. Think of it as waking up your circulation with a soft nudge instead of a loud alarm. One of our viewers, Margaret from Ohio, shared her story. She used to feel a wave of dizziness every time she stood up in the morning. After starting this habit, drinking her water before her feet hit the floor, she noticed a big change. Now I feel steadier, clearer, like my body's ready before I even start moving, she said. And for those wondering, what if I don't like warm water in the summer? You're not alone. If warm water feels unappealing, use room temperature water, or keep a small insulated bottle at your bedside so it's comfortable to drink year-round. The point is hydration before movement. So tomorrow morning, before anything else, take 5 seconds to sip that water. Instead of starting your day with thick, sluggish blood, you'll be starting with improved flow, better oxygen delivery to your brain, and a safer step out of bed. This small change can ripple through the rest of your day. Now that your body is hydrated, let's turn our attention to waking up your brain. With just your fingertips. Now that your circulation has had a gentle start, let's wake up your brain and nervous system with a surprisingly simple step. Massaging your ears. Yes, your ears. 30 seconds, using only your thumb and index finger, can make a noticeable difference in how alert and balanced you feel. Why would rubbing your ears matter? Because they're full of tiny nerves connected to your brain, heart, and internal organs. Among them is the vagus nerve, one of the body's most important regulators of heart rate, blood pressure, and overall calm. Gentle stimulation of certain points on the outer ear can send signals along that nerve, helping your cardiovascular system ease into the day more smoothly. Instead of jolting your body awake with a rush of caffeine, think of this as flipping on the lights in your nervous system gradually. Studies, including one published in Autonomic Neuroscience, show that stimulating the ear can improve heart rate variability and lower blood pressure, even after a single session. Another study found that older adults experienced meaningful drops in both systolic and diastolic pressure when this stimulation was done regularly over 4 weeks. Here's how to do it. Place your thumb behind your ear and your index finger in front, gently pressing and sliding along the outer rim from the top down to your earlobe. Give the lobes a light tug, then use small circular motions. Keep your breathing slow and steady while you do it. You're not trying to cause pain, just enough gentle pressure to wake up those nerve pathways. Joe, a 68-year-old retiree in Arizona, told us he used to feel sluggish every morning, often needing a second cup of coffee to get going. Now, I just do my ear massage right after drinking water, and it's like my brain wakes up, but in a calm way, he said. And if you're wondering, can I do this anywhere? Absolutely. You can try it before getting out of bed, while sitting at the breakfast table, or even while waiting for your coffee to brew. The point is to give your body a calm, neurological good morning, rather than a sudden shock. So tomorrow, once you've taken that first sip of water, spend half a minute on your ears. Instead of stepping into your day with tension and fog, you'll step into it with better circulation, sharper focus, and a steadier pulse. Now that your brain is switched on, let's align your body to keep that healthy blood flow moving. You've hydrated your body and awakened your brain. Now it's time to get your posture working for you instead of against you. And it takes less than a minute. I call it the long neck wall stance, and it's as simple as standing with your back against a wall for 40 seconds. Here's why it matters. Overnight, your body often curls into a position that shortens the front of the neck and rounds the shoulders. This can subtly compress the arteries that carry blood to your brain. In older adults, even mild neck tension can reduce circulation enough to cause lightheadedness or mental fog. A review in Frontiers in Neurology found that cervical muscle tightness can significantly affect blood flow to the brain. Proof that posture isn't just about appearance, it's about oxygen delivery. Instead of starting your day with slumped shoulders and restricted blood flow, this stance resets your alignment and frees up those vital pathways. It's like clearing a kink in a garden hose. Suddenly, everything flows better. Here's how to do it. Stand with your heels about an inch from the wall. Gently press your lower back, shoulder blades, and the back of your head against the surface. Then, tuck your chin slightly, as if trying to make your neck longer. Don't force it. Just hold that alignment and take slow, deep breaths. Rita, a 75-year-old yoga enthusiast from Florida, swears by this habit. My neck doesn't ache. My balance feels steadier, and my morning walks are more comfortable, she told us. And the beauty is, you don't have to change your morning schedule to do it. You can fit it in while waiting for the shower to warm up or before heading to breakfast. If you can't stand for long periods, you can even adapt this by sitting tall against the back of a firm chair and tucking your chin slightly. The goal is the same: open the channels for blood to reach your brain and reduce strain on your neck and shoulders. So tomorrow morning, after you've sipped your water and massaged your ears, take 40 seconds to give your posture a gentle reset. Instead of carrying tension into your day, you'll carry openness, balance, and better circulation. Next, let's put that improved blood flow to work with a breathing pattern that calms your heart and sharpens your focus. You've got your posture aligned, your blood flowing freely. Now, let's bring your heart and mind into sync with something as natural as breathing, but done with intention. I call it the 4-2-4 breathing pattern, and it's one of the simplest ways to lower stress and support your heart first thing in the morning. Why is this so important right after waking? Because morning is when your body's stress hormone, cortisol, naturally spikes. That's normal. It's your body's way of getting you ready for the day. But in older adults, that surge can also raise blood pressure and tighten blood vessels. Instead of letting that tension run unchecked, you can use your breath to flip the switch into calm. Here's how to do it. Inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4. Hold that breath gently for 2. Then exhale through your mouth for a count of 4. That's one cycle. Repeat it 5 or 6 times, keeping your shoulders relaxed and your jaw unclenched. Instead of starting your morning with shallow, rushed breaths that keep your body in high alert, you're telling your nervous system it's safe to slow down. Studies in Frontiers in Human Neuroscience have shown that rhythmic breathing like this not only lowers heart rate, but also improves heart rate variability, a key marker of cardiovascular resilience. Charles, a 73-year-old who survived a mild stroke, told us this habit has been a game-changer. "I used to feel pressure in my chest every morning," he said. "Now I do my 4-2-4 breathing before I get dressed, and it feels like my whole system resets." You can do this sitting on the edge of your bed, standing by a sunny window, or even while your coffee brews. If counting feels awkward, try tapping your fingers lightly in rhythm with your breath. The point isn't perfection. It's consistency. So tomorrow, after your wall stance, give yourself a few minutes to breathe with purpose. Instead of rushing into the day with tension in your chest, you'll start with a calmer heart, clearer head, and more steady energy. And now that your mind is grounded, let's make sure your legs are ready to carry you without dizziness or unsteadiness. Before you take that first step out of bed, give your feet 60 seconds of attention. Why your feet? Because after a night of lying still, blood tends to pool in your lower limbs. When you stand up too quickly, that sudden shift can cause your blood pressure to drop, leaving you lightheaded, or worse, putting extra strain on your heart and brain. Instead of letting gravity catch you off guard, you can wake up your circulation from the ground up. Here's how. Sit on the edge of your bed. Cross one ankle over the opposite knee. Use your thumbs to press gently into the arch, heel, and ball of your foot. Make small circles, pausing on any spots that feel tight or tender. After about 30 seconds, switch to the other foot. You can also roll the sole of your foot over a small massage ball if that's easier on your hands. This isn't just about comfort. Reflexology studies, including research published in Complementary Therapies in Clinical Practice, have shown that foot massage can improve peripheral circulation and help stabilize blood pressure in older adults. Some researchers also note that stimulating certain points in the feet can trigger a vagus nerve response, helping to calm the heart rate. John, a 71-year-old retired truck driver, used to experience dizzy spells almost every morning. "I started doing the foot massage before standing," he said, "and within a week, the difference was night and day. My body feels ready before I even take my first step." If you have conditions like diabetes that affect sensation in your feet, you can still do this. Just be gentle and avoid any areas with sores or irritation. The goal isn't deep pressure. It's to encourage circulation and signal your body that movement is coming. So, tomorrow morning, instead of standing up cold and letting dizziness set the tone for your day, take 1 minute to prepare your foundation. Your feet will feel better, your balance will be steadier, and your heart and brain will thank you for the smoother start. Now that your body is awake from head to toe, let's make sure what you put into it next helps, not hinders, your circulation. I know that morning cup of coffee can feel sacred. But before you take that first sip, give your heart and brain something even more valuable, a small dose of potassium. Why? Because potassium works like nature's counterbalance to sodium. It helps your blood vessels relax, supports healthy circulation, and keeps blood pressure in check. First thing in the morning, your blood pressure is already naturally higher. Add caffeine on an empty stomach, and it can spike even further. Instead of letting that surge go unchecked, you can cushion the effect with just a small, potassium-rich bite. It doesn't have to be a full breakfast. A few slices of banana, half an avocado, a small handful of almonds, or even a couple of prunes will do the trick. These foods are gentle on the stomach, full of potassium, and often packed with fiber that helps regulate digestion and blood sugar. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that adults with higher potassium intake had a significantly lower risk of ischemic stroke, the most common type, especially in older populations. One of our viewers, Harold, age 76, used to brew a strong cup of coffee right after waking. Within an hour, he'd often feel jittery and lightheaded. "Now I eat a small banana before my coffee," he told us. "It's like my heart settles down instead of racing." And for those who feel resistant to changing their coffee routine, remember this. Rather than giving up your morning ritual, you're simply adding a layer of protection. Think of it as putting on your seatbelt before driving. The ride is the same, but you're safer while enjoying it. You can make it even easier by keeping your potassium-rich snack next to the coffee maker. That way, the habit becomes automatic. Tomorrow, before that first sip, take just 30 seconds to fuel your body in a way that supports your circulation for the rest of the day. Now that you've nourished your body from the inside, let's focus on lifting your mood and lowering your stress with something just as simple, but often overlooked. We've talked about circulation, posture, breathing, and nutrition. But there's one more step to make your morning complete: taking care of your emotional state. Why? Because your heart and brain respond directly to how you feel. A calm, positive start can lower your stress hormones, steady your pulse, and set you up for better decisions all day long. Here's how you do it. Find a quiet spot, maybe by a window or in your favorite chair. Let in some natural light if you can. Then allow yourself a gentle smile. Not a forced grin, just a soft, relaxed smile. At the same time, play a piece of music that brings you joy or peace. It could be an old favorite from your younger years, a slow instrumental, or even nature sounds. Instead of diving straight into news headlines or your to-do list, you're giving your mind and body a moment to settle. Studies published in Psychosomatic Medicine show that listening to music you enjoy can lower cortisol, the stress hormone linked to heart disease and stroke, within minutes. Another study from the University of Kansas found that activating the facial muscles used in smiling, even if you're not feeling especially happy, triggers the release of serotonin and dopamine. Those are the same chemicals that help lower blood pressure, improve mood, and enhance overall well-being. Teresa, a 74-year-old viewer, starts each day with her favorite 1950s jazz playlist and her cat curled up beside her. "Even if I wake up stiff or grumpy," she said, "those few minutes with the music and a little smile change everything." This habit isn't about pretending everything's perfect. It's about intentionally creating a moment of peace before the world demands your attention. And here's the beauty of it. Instead of letting stress be your first companion of the day, you choose joy, calm, and connection. Tomorrow, take just 1 or 2 minutes to smile and listen to something that makes your heart lighter. The shift you feel, physically and emotionally, might be the best gift you give yourself all day. Now that we've covered all 7 habits, let's pull them together in a simple checklist you can remember and actually use. If these habits seem small, that's because they are, and that's their power. If monumental benefits can come from simple actions, maybe the real challenge isn't discovering new cures, but building the discipline to do what already works. Which would you rather rely on? Complicated treatments after a crisis, or a few easy steps that could help prevent it in the first place? To make this simple, here's your 8-habit morning checklist. You don't have to do them all at once. Start with 1 or 2, then add more as they become second nature. 1. Drink 8 ounces of warm or room temperature water before your feet hit the floor. 2. Gently massage your ears for 30 seconds to awaken your nervous system. 3. Stand in the wall stance for 40 seconds to align your posture and improve blood flow. 4. Practice 4 to 2 to 4 breathing for 5 or 6 cycles to calm your heart and sharpen your focus. 5. Massage your feet for 1 minute before standing to prevent dizziness and improve balance. 6. Eat a small potassium-rich snack, like a banana, avocado, or almonds, before coffee. 7. Smile and listen to music for 1 to 2 minutes to lower stress hormones. 8. Take your prescribed blood pressure medication at the time recommended by your doctor, without delay. Think of this list as your morning insurance policy. Instead of hoping for good health, you're actively creating it. One small, proven action at a time. Even if you only start with water and breathing, you'll notice the difference. And each habit you add multiplies the benefits. So tomorrow, pick at least one. Commit to it. Then, as the days pass, stack on another. Before long, you won't just have a morning routine. You'll have a morning ritual that protects your brain, your heart, and your independence. Here's the truth. You don't have to change everything about your life to protect your brain and heart. You just need to change the moments that matter most. And those first few minutes after waking, they're some of the most powerful you'll ever have. Instead of starting your morning on autopilot, letting your body stumble into the day, you can step in with purpose. Instead of reacting to problems later, you can prevent many of them before they even begin. Each of these habits, whether it's sipping water, massaging your ears, aligning your posture, breathing with intention, or fueling with potassium, adds another layer of defense between you and a potential health crisis. And it's not just about numbers on a chart or test results in a folder. It's about how you feel. Steadier on your feet, clearer in your mind, calmer in your heart. It's about having more days where you can do the things you love, with the people you care about, without fear holding you back. If you're a caregiver or have a loved one over 60, these habits can be a gift. Share them. Practice them together. Build a small, shared routine that not only improves health, but also creates moments of connection. So here's my challenge to you. Pick one habit from today's list and do it tomorrow morning. Just one. Then add another in a few days. Over time, you'll build a morning that's stronger, calmer, and healthier than you imagined possible. If this video gave you even one idea you can use, give it a like so more people can find it. Comment below with the habit you're starting tomorrow. I read every one. And if you haven't yet, subscribe so you'll never miss the next tip that could change your life. Your health is in your hands, quite literally, from the moment you wake up. Make those first moments count. I'll see you in the next video.